Can we allow them to put the microphone on the Yeah.
1 minute.
Good work.
Been busy with back then too.
That was when the service garage, service garage.
Yeah.
No, Jeremy.
That was mechanics that throw parts out and put the machines go. Out there right, we pick up trucks in.
That's where we all learned how to swim the wheels.
Yeah.
All the kids in the neighborhood, get rain, that water, gas, all that.
Calls me to order.
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. We'll start with you. Joseph.
Mark. Carl.
Zim. Megan.
And Belinda.
Belinda. We'll go to have an approval for the agenda for the meeting. Motion to accept the motion.
Second.
Let's be, try to be clear, so the microphone can get us, so we should get that recorded thing. So we got a second and a first and a second on the agenda, and it's all unopposed. All right, move on. New business. We have,
Approval of the minutes.
oh, sorry, took mine. Approval of the minutes for May 22nd, 21st.
Make a motion.
All vote on it?
Aye.
Aye. Unopposed? Okay. New business. Just as a note here, just to bring it up real quick so I don't forget to do it. Safe Built is a building inspection and code enforcements. And there are two types of code enforcements, but they're going to come and try to work with us and let us know something next month so that we can sit there and I wanted the full council to be here so when they come, they can talk to everyone and all those. We're going to do it a couple times to get everybody involved in it. Anyway, a note for that. That's coming up next month. All right, we have the open council seat. We'll talk about that in a minute. Don, do you want to input on this before we start? No?
Pardon?
We're talking about the open council seat. Do you want to have any input on it before we start talking about it? No?
Well, I don't hear what you said.
I'm asking you, do you have anything to say about the open council seat before we start?
Well, actually, there's not an open council seat, no?
That's all you got to say?
Okay.
Okay. All right, so last month, we called everyone up to swear them in. Don refused to be sworn in and walked out, said he had nothing to do with this. I took that as that was his resignation or resign. But I'm not going to vote on that. I'm not going to make that decision. I'm going to call for a vote. Who wants to, who wants? All right, hold on. I'm going to call for a vote. I think it's inappropriate for us to appoint you a month later to this seat because it sets a bad precedence for future mayors and future council members that might not be doing things. They'll take it in advantage and use it in a corrupt way. So I don't want to do it out of what the rules are, what we've done. What I'm asking for a vote on is just to vote on would we want to appoint Carl as a council, or do we want to do this the routine? Don. The Don as a council member, or do we want to do the due process that the town's always done, and we have open list and enrollment for people to put a letter in for it, and we're at the meeting, the council will go through the people who have nominated themselves for the seat and make a choice of it. That's where I feel we should be. I'm asking for you guys to make a motion on fill the seat in the correct way, the way we've always done it in the past, or not. I'm asking for a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Mr. Mayor, can I just interject with some legal thought?
Okay?
I would just say I would be cautious about creating a vacancy. After last meeting, I inquired of Mr. Severino what his intentions were, and he advised that he intended to continue to serve the people of Otter Creek. In the absence of a clear resignation or death or disqualification, which are the three methods provided for by the charter, I think you have to be very cautious about filling that. He qualified unopposed, and there's nothing that would suggest missing a single meeting or anything of the sort results in disqualification or vacancy.
Okay, I understand that. If that was the case, then I would be 100% on exactly what you said. Don Severino was right here. He refused to be sworn in, said he had wanted nothing to do
I
with
did
it.
not refuse to be sworn in.
You absolutely did.
No, missing a meeting does not constitute a resignation.
It wasn't a missed meeting. You refused to be sworn in, and you walked out.
There
said you
wasn't
wanted
even a
nothing to do with it.
meeting when I walked out. And missing a meeting is not.
We called everyone up to be sworn in.
You should listen to your legal
We
advice.
called everyone in to be sworn in for the meeting. That was the beginning of the meeting.
You're wrong.
So that's where I feel we're at. I think that's, if you would have missed the meeting and not been here, then okay, then it'll be a different thing.
But what's the difference? There's none.
You refused to be sworn in, and you said you wanted nothing to do with this, and you walked out.
It had nothing to do with slowing those people without a meeting, without a meeting being.
That was the meeting.
There wasn't you want.
That was the meeting. That was the beginning of the
It was
meeting.
an ad hoc meeting. It was
We-
not a
we
council
had no
meeting.
council.
It wasn't a council
We had no
meeting.
council.
You didn't take the pledge. You didn't do anything. You just sworn in some people. The meeting had started.
And that wasn't my suggestion, because without it, we didn't have a quorum.
Okay.
So,
Well,
And we had no council.
What we're talking about.
At that time, I was the only councilman. You weren't even a councilman.
Yes, I was.
Your term was up.
No, it wasn't. If you read the charter,
Okay.
I'm
So-
surprised you're not really aware of it.
Okay, so I'm not gonna make the decision, I'm gonna call for a vote on making the decision.
So you can't vote on that.
so just to clarify, you have a motion, and what is your motion?
To do it the traditional way, the way it's been done in the past.
I'll second that. I need a vote.
Aye.
One opposed? It's 3-1.
So the motion is to advertise that those who want to put in letter of interest in
Yes.
first. Okay.
Read it, vote it.
That puts your letter of interest in this month and have it in before the next meeting, and the council will choose from there. And if you want to participate and do something with the town, I encourage you to submit your letter.
Now, explain that to me.
I'm explaining to you that we're asking for letters from people who are interested in the position, and that the next meeting,
Talk to him.
we'll make that decision. And then,
Listen,
and I encourage you to
you're so
put your
far
letter in
away.
if you want,
You should
if
listen
you
to
want
your
to do
legal
service.
That's what you pay legal people for. And what you're doing is, like I said, it's immoral, it's illegal what you're doing. It's just not right. I qualify.
I took what you've done to me, and so did the others so far, 2 of them, took it the same way that you withdrawn and wanted nothing to do with it.
I've given my opinion, I don't get to vote, so I've given my legal advice, they can choose to accept it or not.
All right, then, okay, good enough, good enough.
Okay.
But maybe you should explain to them a little different terms about what we're doing.
I mean, I think they understand what they're
They
doing.
really don't understand that.
All right, we've got, let's move on. Susan May. All right, we got, talking about festivals and special events for the town, it's old business.
I've reached out to a few people in CRP about what vendor spots are charged in CRP. Because instead of offering free,
Yeah.
I thought about what if we marked it 50 to 75% off lower than what CRP offers their
It
spots.
does need to be that. I went down to talk to them, they're $100 a month for the weekend. And it's, I think the town has gotten too much, there's been too much increase for this budget coming up for us not to charge something. We have to charge.
Now, is that $100 for every vendor spot? Because you
Yes.
think the prime ones would cost more, the prime spots.
She said it's it's $100 per spot. That's for the weekend, for 2 days. And there's no special spots over there. They're all equally done. All the food's done through local local groups. So they don't let food vendors come in on it. But now here's what the suggestions are. I've talked to multiple towns that's done these festivals on a regular basis, and they're suggesting that none of them, the town doesn't run the festival. They issue a permit to a group that takes care of the process, and they charge, like for closing the streets, like $250, there's $100 for this and $100 for that. It comes all added up, it comes up to about $1,000 someone's got to pay, and to the town for the permit. But now what it does is two things. The town doesn't have to put any cost out to do so, but it has, and there's no risk for the town as far as how many vendors show or don't show and all the money invested in the advertising and doing different things. Because the advertisement's going to be costly too.
But our biggest difference is we wouldn't have to close any roads, would we?
We would have to close the street. The only street we have that's accessible, that's the least amount of traffic on, or the easiest to close is 3rd Street right there, from the stop sign to 19. And that has, the church has already agreed, I have no problem with it. And not the James name, I talked to Wendell. They have no problem because they can access from the side street to their property and close it off from there. Now, there is no security, there's no street lights there. So, do we want a 2-day event or a 1-day event to avoid all that being left out there overnight? Or should we just, what CDP does, they advertise it, they do it out there, no security. You're responsible for your own stuff, and it's a 2-day event. Which, there is no security out there, but they do have street lights and there are just other activities.
If you're gonna run this event and the city's not gonna run it, Otter Creek's not gonna run it. I go to the Seafood Festival in Everglades City. They take a city tax from every vendor on the money that they made in that day. That's the way they do it. They charge for the booth and they take a city tax on the amount of money that the people make that are vendors.
Sales tax.
Sales tax.
Yeah, but if we do that, then we have to report it to the internal revenue. Yeah, so basically we would get it.
We have to turn around and give it up to the state.
Right.
Well, we might get to keep 1% of it.
They keep you in line.
Yeah.
Part of our, as you leave here and you go to the stop sign here, the school's here, the town owns half of that property right there in that circle.
They do.
And there's streetlights.
There is some street lights.
Can we not have it started there and go towards Third?
Well,
and
then you got the road closures on the houses over here on the wood shops and Ellie's property. And you got the access from Joey Street, all them would be affected. All those streets would be affected. That section is the only one that doesn't affect anybody except for the one residence, and they've got access from the side yard. In fact, we could actually, I would want to close the street off there at the stop sign just so people wouldn't try to go down, but we really wouldn't have to do it throughout the rest of the property if we did that. Quite honestly, I feel the town really needs the generation of it. It's going to do two things. It's going to bring in some outside activities. It's going to bring in some positive things in our town. It's going to bring some community events to bring the community together on some stuff. And if the town does do it, now there's nothing illegal about the town doing it and holding it themselves. You know, all the towns, they can do it. They just don't want to have to deal with all the coordinations and all the organization and deal with all that. And we are a pretty limited staff. I'll tell you, my time as a volunteer is way up here already, and I don't mind continuing to do it. But you know, at some point or another, someone's not going to be able to seek volunteering their time as much as I do to do these things. So the town does, you know, I think for the first year, the town will take it on and do it, and let the town make the money on it, and put it in the budget, and that way there's no, the town benefits truly.
Can we take volunteers to help us coordinate this, put this together?
Yes, we can do volunteers on it, but it's all the organization of it's going to be done pre-planned. Volunteer stuff would be just people that go up and down the street, walk and make sure everybody's okay, no one's hurt, no one's falling down, no one's getting exhaustion of dog, anything can go wrong.
Ms. Lauren, do you think Carrie would volunteer as our EMT person?
We can actually get a hold of the Department of Public Safety, and they will provide an ambulance to sit just in case.
Yeah, I mean, we understand we got called and vet.
In fact, they would probably like to set up too, and they'll be here for emergency.
Public relations is awesome. It really is. I have a clinic station or something.
I'll reach out with them.
Okay. All right.
I personally think one day would be best, Saturday. Sunday, obviously, you're not going to get as much, and you know, with the church and everything going on, we don't want to be in their way and such as well.
The church doesn't, that church services at 5 o'clock, and most festivals already broke down by 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday and gone.
Well, I know that the other one, the Baptist church here, I think they hold services in the morning as well. So, I know they get pretty busy. All right.
Another side of this thing being done is the event itself is going to take a lot of coordinating, a lot of things to do. Be ready for parking. There's going to be an issue with parking. People don't need to park. A lot of towns, people charge them $5 to park in their yard and let someone use them on it, but the towns also charge a permit for the homeowner. Has to buy a permit to park the cars in the yard, and they can charge $5. It's a set price, they can't go over that price, and it's per car. They get charged, but they got to pay for like a permit fee, only good for the event, for the public event, to do the parking. Because when you think about it, say it's a busy Saturday, someone probably have 100 cars running through the yard in that Saturday morning. They're not going to stay here all day, but they're going to come and go. And we talked about trying to do it on the same time as CUT, but they're kind of ruffled a little bit about doing it on the same weekend as them. But nobody said they'll get their feelings hurt if we do. The Lions Club, which are the ones that put the expense out in running the event, are asking that we move it to a different weekend, not the same as theirs. I kind of thought that was a great way for us to get some traffic as a weekend. But if we do the weekend or two behind them, we can usually put signs up on the streets, people coming and going, they'll know ours is coming up in 3 weeks or 2 weeks. Advertise it that way and get some of that. And not only that, is the vendors going out there a chance to see, hey, there's another festival going on in 3 weeks here, to get on the vendor list as well. Might help there. Chiefland does their one-month festival, it's a one-day event. Their festival is $150. It's $150 and it's one day. And
that was just about a month ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're fully packed out. It's packed out to the gills. And those people are maxed out with people and staff and volunteers and trying to coordinate it all and get everybody in and check out. There's a cleanup process afterwards we got to do. Unfair way cleans it behind themselves, but people walking down the street may not be so generous. Hopefully the vendors will pick up behind themselves. Everybody's going to want to leave their stuff.
So we're gonna try to do this ourselves, or are we gonna try to see if the Lions Club will?
Well, no, it would have to be a local organization that would be willing to do it, put the money out for the financing. And do it, because the advertising's gonna be some. We got, coordinating events, getting scheduled, meeting with people, trying to get in touch with all the different agencies that has the listings. There's a national listing for them, for events to get on. But, you know, it's, what, 3 months out? About. So we might have missed their national publicism, but I think the county is asking for a list of the local events being done to get on for that. So also, town hall. These are things for public involvement, trying to include the town in a way of creating revenue without raising taxes. That's what all this is about. The town hall could be for local events. People get family gatherings or events could be out the town hall. Have a rate for local people and have a rate for outside people. That way it's fair to the locals and it's, you know, outside, just according to how long the event would be. It's an extremely long event. You don't have to have someone to lead you or a maintenance person. So that have to be included in the fuel. It might be arranged in advance so that the maintenance person can be here, or some, or at least a volunteer person that represents the town to be here.
What are we saying prices, or we're just talking about?
We're talking about different things here, and then we gotta go back and see what everybody wants to pursue on, and then start setting prices. And
What if we did a better spot to say $35?
I think that'll be fine for the first year. I think it'll be fine for the first out the gate. Make it attractive to the vendors. And do a one-day event, makes it sweet. It's over.
I would like to see some kind of a thing set up that kind of, you know, talks about the history of Otter Creek Florida. We are a historical town.
Absolutely.
Just some kind of small thing.
Maybe we can get in touch with the Historical Society over in Bronson.
I already have. I have pictures, yeah, I have some pictures that they've got with a little history of the railroad, the old Smith store, the depot. That's all that they had, but someone must have something for the old store up front. That was that's a green building now, but it used to be a restaurant way back when.
I don't remember that place ever being a restaurant.
The old Smith store?
Is that it? I got the Smith store, I got the train, I got the mill lumber yard. They had maybe 10 pictures of Otter Creek.
Yeah, I know. They had come and spoke to us a couple of years ago.
Yeah, she dropped them off, and I'm going to go have pictures made.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so we can put them on the wall. So if anyone else has, or knows anyone who has any history pictures of Otter Creek, I'd love to get some, so that we can, you know, put them on and.
So seeing the Jeremy has the old schoolhouse, I know that's a part of our history too. I don't know if he has any old photos or information about it.
Okay, so we're going to just go back to the thing, we're talking about prices. Let's go ahead and establish a date so we can start this thing off. There's October 19th and 20th. They have the Pirates Festival on November the 2nd, which is not a very big event for them on it. And it's, you know, the mayor over there says, we don't care. You do what you need to do. We don't care, we're not going to be offended. This is American. And they have to deal with someone's not happy about something sometime.
I know.
Always. So, being said, let's make the decision here in us, you know, keeping them in consideration. They are our city neighbors, and
What about September 7th?
September 7th.
Yeah, Labor Day.
That's September 2nd.
Right. So if that you're off, people are off that Monday, and then that will be the following weekend.
Big question, is that when school season starts?
Ends.
Ends, okay.
The only problem with moving it forward is the time frame to get it prepared to get the information out there.
Yeah.
Moving backwards is in our benefit versus forward.
That would give us, what, 2.5 months, 3 months?
Yeah.
3.5 months if we did it in September?
Right, but we gotta get advertisement out there, which that's gonna take time, it's gonna take 3 weeks to get advertisement out there.
Yeah.
And then we gotta have,
Here's a logistical question. If you do it after October 1st, you're in the new budget year. For the proceeds.
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah, because right now we're under budget.
Right. Right, when the next fiscal year is when the budget's really gonna take a hit on the insurance changes and other stuff. So,
First Saturday in October.
that's 2 weeks prior to theirs. The only,
When was theirs in October?
October 19th to 20th. So the last weekend of October or the first weekend of November kind of fits, follows theirs. And we at least get advertised to the people going out there. And it gives us a chance to reach out to the vendors out there a little bit. Just in case we don't have enough, we just sign up already. We don't, it's our first time, no one knows about us, no one knows we're going to run it, or we even consider it. So it's new to everyone. So we'll take a little salt there. Yeah. All right, so this is a big decision. You're required by October 1st. Were you saying because of the budget funding, or are you talking about because it gives us a chance to make the new budget?
The new fiscal year starts.
I mean, yeah, October 1st, your fiscal year starts. So budget-wise, if you have expenditures, presumably at least some last-minute stuff could come out of the New Year's budget. And same thing, to the extent you're making a profit, it would go into the New Year's budget.
Which is the sole reason, I mean, I think it's great for the town, but, you know, the income is what the town needs without taxes. All right, so let's pick a date in October. Let's try to get them on. Any other suggestions?
You said theirs was 19th to 20th?
Yes.
What was their one in August?
August?
You said there was one in August, didn't you?
No, it's in October. November. This is the second.
They did that at their, at the playground park area.
Yeah, I know, I didn't do it.
It's not all that.
I know.
Yeah, but it's, it's something they do. So it definitely wouldn't affect them if we did it, and might even help them. But people come out as far as, well, let's go out and see that. But, and again, we don't have to. We can stick to the date of the fall festival too.
Because a lot of people, I mean, they're not like they're going to stay here for 4 hours or something looking around. They're going to walk, check out vendors, and then have to see their keys. So that's just going to cause a slight delay, I would believe.
So, is he going to oppose the 18th and the 19th and the 20th? I can't get this guy.
19th. That might not work here. The 19th is, when you said there's what, 19th, 20th?
Yeah. Columbus Day is on the 14th. Does anyone have a conflicting schedule on the, just let me see. On October the 12th or October the 26th, does anyone have a conflicting schedule with any of those dates? 26th. That way we have at least some advantage of bidders.
Put out signs while theirs is going on.
Pardon me?
Put out signs while theirs is going on.
Yes.
So that people can see it.
Okay, so we got the date, you got that, 26th? All right, and obviously it'll be an early morning check-in, and then someone to follow through throughout the day, clean up and go on at the end of the night. Fees, we're suggested $35 a booth. I'm fine with the booth fees. Is anyone else?
I'm fine with them.
Okay, so the $35 will be the fee. And I'm trying to get this done, so do we need to do a resolution for this?
We can, and that way everything's all in one place. We can adopt that next meeting. Are we doing food trucks and or is that different than vendors?
We do food trucks. Food trucks is, now you get into the money side of the thing.
Sure.
That's the money guys. They're gonna come in and make a killing, you know?
Yeah, and I've had 2 people call and say, hey, if you guys are gonna do anything, I wanna participate. So,
Food people.
mhm.
So,
I think we do need food trucks because I don't.
Oh, we gotta have food
we-
trucks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we don't have a background like CFP does.
yeah, we gotta do the food trucks and,
And we don't have a restaurant here either.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so.
I think the food truck fees need to be different now. Because they're one of the ones coming and raking out all the money.
Percentage.
75,
Percentage of sales.
55?
The percentage of sales is a good way, but it's, now we've got to get out with the calculator in the day.
Well, it's more a trust honor system. Sometimes I'm more than willing to offer my help. I have vast experience in putting on events, coordinating events, thousands and thousands of people. I'm more than willing to volunteer my time. But yeah, the food vendors at most of the events I have are not. They pay percentage because there's some that make $15,000, $20,000, and if you only get $75 out of that. Now it is an honor system. At the same time, so there's $75 or an honor system of a cut of $10,000, $15,000.
Are they paying the fee and percentage?
No, they just pay a percentage. I mean, every event varies. They all vary, but it's obviously up to you guys. But for the majority of events I've hosted and put on, I put some on in Gilchrist County Arena before. Percentages is the vast majority of the way they do the work on festivals.
I would think that'd be more attractive to get them here too, because if they come and they don't sell that much, they're not out a lot versus.
You can offer a fee for them to come, a setup fee to guarantee they're going to be here. Charge them the $75, and then that $75 can be part of the percentage. So whatever the percentage is minus the $75, because they've already paid that part of the percentage. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that just guarantees their non-refundable $75 will go toward
So they don't
a
sell
spot.
it, at least we.
And then the $75 is part of the percentage.
That's not a bad idea.
I think the $75 for the food trucks, and then let's just come up with a number on a percentage. Could they put 10% toward, at the end of the day, on top of the $75? That way it's not too extravagant, and it guarantees the town gets something from them.
And
I like that.
And the 75, like what he was talking about, or the 75 rolls into the 10% or the 75 plus?
Just 10%. Instead of being 25%, it's just, they just pay 10% at the end of the day. It's their honor system, and they pay $75 to set up.
Gotcha. I agree with that.
Okay?
I agree with that.
You have hours?
Check-in will be at 6 a.m. and everyone has to be on their booth by 8 o'clock. That way, when foot traffic starts in, there's no car traffic on the street after 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Until?
4 o'clock.
And most of them start closing down.
Yeah. Since it's a one-day event, 4 o'clock will be good. And that way they can break it down and have time to get down here before dark.
I guess in 8 hours. So.
Right, and then after the 4 o'clock, the people can start. Most people will have carts to get their stuff in and out, but they can, you can have to open the walk traffic side, can open the traffic to get down to the loop. Okay, so 6 a.m. check in, 8 a.m. the streets are closed. trip to track for the vendors. 4 p.m. events over, cleanup time, call it a day. Okay. All right. Second item back would be parking. We talked about parking. What's everyone's opinion on the parking thing? If you set a fee, permit fee, we have to apply some type of a penalty if you don't get a permit when you guys trying to park cars. What's any insight on that? I'm thinking a permit fee of $50 to park cars in the yard. I mean, some of these yards, I guess you got to base it on the size of the yard, too. I think, and then we got these restrictions on that. This is a plus for the event. If we do the permit fee for parking, if you get your permit, you have to have your yard clean and free of all debris and mud, so there's place people can safely come and go on your property. That's 2 things. That's keeps the place, kind of cleans up some stuff. Some people want to make that, some people don't want to make that money on that parking enough to clean up the yard. And we're not going to have to do anything about it, except we're okay. Pay $50 and get your permit, and your place is clean enough, and you can make it operate. I see the benefit of that, for that reason. So we got to get 2 things out of one now. Okay. All right, so it's $50 permit fee for parking. Okay. So the residents have to get that permit prior, say a month prior to the event. They can come in last minute and get it as long as they've got the place ready.
No, we just have to be able to go and check it. Somebody has to check it to make sure.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. So we're good with that?
Tell me that again, I'm sorry.
So it's a permit fee for residents, $50 for them to park cars in the yard for the event. And that there is, the qualifications are that your yard has to be clean and mowed, so it's safe for people to get out and walk around and to come and go. And that, okay, so we have to apply a penalty to someone that doesn't, that just jumps out and says, I'm going to do anything.
That's how they hired, don't they?
This guy was $150 is your penalty. There you go. I like it.
And just the part about the time frame for applying, what I was looking for. That's what I missed.
Time frame is, they can do it as early as they want to.
Sure. Is there a cutoff, I guess?
Yep. And the cutoff, well, the cutoff day will be the day prior to the event. Because we didn't have time to do it again. We're going to all be busy.
Yeah.
We're going to all be up there doing stuff. All right.
Okay, so what did we decide about renting our?
There's the next step. The next step. All right, so what's the insight on the building? We've had several inquiries about it, but there's really been anything established for the town to use to put the place out. It's always, now it's actually opening up enough that people can come and have an event. You don't have to be so concerned about everything in here, that, as far as being in the way or there's room to work and do. There's somewhat of a kitchenette, there's a bathroom. Obviously, the office will be locked for the event. Is everybody okay with that? Looking at that? Put that option out there?
Yeah.
The town hall will be rented out for local events? Let's put a fee on it, so that the residents pay $25.
Maybe also put curtains up,
Yeah.
so they can't see inside there. I think that'd be a good idea.
Is there a maximum capacity?
Should have one for building.
I don't know if there is one.
I know that there should be a maximum capacity, I'm wondering what it is.
But,
It should actually be posted inside or outside
yeah.
for it.
With fire code or
1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, you've got 12, 36, 40 people? I don't know what the legal.
No, it'd be more than that.
I think the fire department, is it the fire department that decides that, or there's some
Yes.
kind of formula for a building?
That, I can probably get in touch with the fire marshal.
Just to be on the safe side, so you
Yeah,
have.
I think I can get in touch with the fire marshal about
Okay,
that.
so Is it $25 for local residents fair fee?
That's fair.
For what?
For the
For
member?
locals, for people that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and then $100 for someone outside of town.
And that's per day rate.
So that's a per event, that's an hourly deal.
Okay.
And that would be I would say a 3 hour, that's a 3 hour thing. How's that?
And they are required to clean up afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Right, we will have the forms done.
There'll be a deposit.
Well, the deposit.
You have to put a deposit down.
I'd say $50.
$50 deposit.
Yep.
Locals is a $50 deposit, outsiders is a $200 deposit. And because your locals are going to be more after, I'll live here and we'll keep it there.
Our locals,
And they get the money back
Otter Creek or Levy County.
of Otter Creek. And then the 25 for residents, what do we think? I think I said $100, but that's perfect. Is that fair enough? Outside events? Okay. And that's a 3 hour deal. And there's additional fee per hour after that for anything goes over. I don't know what that would be. $25 an hour?
Yeah.
Sounds fair.
My baby showing, no less.
No, I'm just saying that because, anything that goes over, the maintenance guys are going to have to be here. Somebody's going to have to be here. And we got to make special arrangements because if something happens on different dates that certain people aren't available, we're going to have to make other arrangements for that. Someone's got to open and load the clock, and we've got to check the bill after they're done. And, and if someone's going to give them a deposit back, which of course they're going to want, I guess, the office person wouldn't have to be here. They just lock up into their funds the next business day.
They could deposit a cleaning fee, and if they don't clean up, and they don't get their deposit back.
I agree with the deposit, not getting back there and clean up. I just don't want to encourage them to think, well, we're just going to clean up whatever they leave. That was going to be acceptable. Because they would lose their privileges if they left a mess. They would lose their privileges to them again. Not very fair. If we had to clean up, force behind it. Okay? All right.
Well, maybe when they're getting ready to clean up, they clean up, they have all of our numbers. They call one of us to come up and check it. That way,
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because definitely, this wasn't even a maintenance person or someone else instead of.
Yeah.
They have to come lock up after they leave. And if everything's cleaned up and it's checked off, you can come see you Monday morning or Tuesday morning and get your deposit back. Or you can be mailed back to you, however. That would be something that they'll prearrange when they put the deposit down.
absolutely.
Okay. All right. All right, cool deal.
And we can advertise it on the Otter Creek website.
All right. So I think we have a format for, all right, let's call it. So we got to give it a top. All right. What do you want? I think it's public events, parking, and festivals, public events, and parking. Yes.
Are you gonna have porta potties at the festival?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we have bathrooms. That's where the expenses are going to come in on that.
Porta
we
potties,
don't-
trash cans, you're gonna need all that stuff.
Yeah.
You're gonna suggest that maybe when people pay their permit for the parking sign, that you provide them with the sign to place outside where they're parking, saying that you are authorized by you guys to park, so that they're the only ones that have that sign, so if there is somebody else parking, they wouldn't have the sign.
They'll get some money, so they can do that too.
So the permit fees went up $5 to pay for the sign. But the sign is very valid.
And
It's a very
then
valid thing.
the cost to park each car, you said something about a max or a minimum amount
We
per
said, I
car.
said $5 a car, but, most places are charging 10.
I won't park anywhere that has.
I won't either.
Yeah, most people get deterred by
I would
that.
walk.
Yeah, I won't.
Or,
And me, I'll pay. I'll pay.
I'll do the walking, I don't care. Well, in reason, I
I
don't
mean,
care how
within
far I
reason,
have
a
to walk.
$5 fee isn't that bad, but a
Right.
$10 fee, especially from the beginning, that seems like much.
Well,
If it
if it
becomes
goes
a huge festival, then $10 is probably worth
and
it.
people are paying that fee, they're there for 2 hours and they're gone.
Right.
If you go to McIntosh, it's 10. If you go to Micanopy, it's 7.
Right.
You go to Cedar Key, it's 20.
Right,
So I've seen it
Depends on where you go.
$5 to $10 to $25 depending on the parking spots.
No question about it.
The only problem I see in that is you're gonna have residents that wanna let people park in their yard. Are they gonna make enough money to pay that fee? Do they have enough room? And if they don't, they're gonna have to close off their
If your
yard.
yard's full of cars, then you should have gotten a permit. If you got relatives that come over, you got 3 or 4 extra cars in your yard, okay, that would be outside the parameters of the permit. But a yard full of cars would require a permit.
And for those who don't get a permit and have yard outside of their, you know, they got a spot where somebody can park outside their yard, don't they have to close that off or flag it off?
Yeah, we have to put some stakes and put some ribbon across the front of it or something.
Isn't everyone just gonna park in the median in front of the church for free?
Well, most of that median is city property, so the city gets to charge $5.
You got
So
a
you're
big
gonna-
spot on your place though.
You're gonna have volunteers doing parking and everything?
We'll have to get enough volunteers for everything. I mean, it's a full volunteer staff, just like our town hall is here.
So you're talking about the big open grass area?
Yes.
Right from the church.
Why wouldn't you use that for the vendors? So nobody parks there?
Because all the streets that connect with it, the whole, all the town has to be, now everyone has to route out of town this way. Now this way, none of the town is interrupted on that one street.
I thought there was two roads.
There is.
You can
But
close
you
on
got-
one.
But they still got to cross out of the street this way, and they got to cross out of the street this way. And all that traffic there for the church would maintain there, but all this traffic over here would have to go out this way now. So the whole core of town will be shut off. That one strip doesn't block anyone. That's the only one we've got that does it, other than going out toward 19 here off of the gravel road. Is it 6? You know this. Yeah.
Which I'm hoping since DOCC just bought that property and they're putting, like, they're going to be building on it, they've already got the helipad down.
I saw that.
I think they're still waiting for it to be painted, but I'm hoping and praying that they're going to pave that road again.
Okay, so we've got this hammered out, we've got a date hammered out, we've got the details for a resolution. If you have a suggestion in the next week or so on this resolution, you want to submit it to Glenda, get it to her, and then we'll have it ready for the next meeting.
Just one clarification. So is it the intention that this be used for just this October 26th festival or beyond that? I guess I would just be hesitant to set fees, too far in advance.
These fees are only for this year.
Right, okay.
These fees are only for this year, and.
So 24, 25.
Right.
Well, I would also, because we're going to be new at doing this, who's to say that we're going to have a lot of vendors? You know, so to just do those prices for 1 year is a little, to attract more people. If we didn't get many this year, then maybe we can get them when we have another festival.
Right, and hopefully next year, we're coming the week after there's going to be a lot of activity from there, stuff, promotion out there. We'll get some advertisement out there going on, which, we don't know. I know I plan on going to a lot of places and hitting up vendors and I guess we got to get some cards maybe or something about the town festival. And just start going out and giving out different vendors in different places and hopefully we get enough participation to make it so that we do have to look at a bigger slot next year.
And not two of the same kind of vendors?
Pardon?
And not two of the same kind of vendors, like food vendors?
Yeah, the food vendors is craft. Well, this is not really a craft thing. This is a fall festival. There you go. Did I come up with a name?
No.
They have a name for the festival. I like the railroad. The railroad, that's the old railroad line.
Yeah.
The railroad festival. And there's a lot of groups out there that support the railroad activities that we can tag in one of them. They might start promoting it for us out there as well. So the railroad festival, I guess
God knows that railroad has so much history behind it.
Yeah, it does.
It's rich history.
1863 when it came through here. And it was established in Cedar Key in 64. But you know, it took me almost 6 months to track down the date that it came through here, because there was no history written in Otter Creek at that time on it, until I looked up Cedar Key. And I looked up Cedar Key because that's what it has to do. It had to go here first. It got there and it listed their stuff and it told all about the process of coming through here and how it was set up here. And this was their work camp out for the longest time. And they were building all the way out to Cedar Key. And so it was there. And then there was, when the railroad intersected right here, you had the north and south down right there on the other side of 19. And this one intersected east and west. There was 7 different presidents that come here on the back of a railroad car and give speeches in this town for presidential elections. I don't know which presidents.
I knew of a few of them that came, but I cannot remember who it was.
The nice one was one of the good pocket ones.
There have been some.
Yeah. So I mean, so there is some history here. It's got a lot of.
At one point, I know this town had 1,000 people in it.
It's a railroad festival. A lot of good.
My son
First annual.
digging the backyard, and I've got railroad ties in a fish tank.
All right, this is, we had all the time on this. We did on departmental stuff. We got, I had asked Laura to step in on public safety because of her background and her familiarity with all the people. And she said so she would be glad to do it, and she has participated in meetings.
Yeah, did John McDonald send you that presentation by chance? No. I'll call. I attended a meeting for the hurricane kickoff, and they do a presentation every year for it. I asked him to send it to Belinda, but we'll make a printout so people can get it. Of course, some things will be edited out of printout because of phone numbers and such, but just a little preparedness for some of the stuff. So.
And that was another reason why she discussed just direct contact with these people to get that number on account for the people for the building. Okay, that's public safety. Is there anything else you got on public safety? Belinda?
We're running along with our program. We'll start onboarding training starting Wednesday, and then we'll hopefully by the end of the in 2 weeks we'll be able to go live. So you guys will soon have your option to pay your bill online. Now keep in mind they're only going to upload 1 year of your history, so I'm going to print all your history. So because I have to have it anyway. So if you need anything on your account past this 1 year, you just need to get with me and you can get a copy of it. I got that, and we got the draft copy of our 22-23 audit from Powell & Jones. It looks really good. They're going to come in next month and present it to the board, and then we will be able to file with the state by the end of the month. So we'll get to file for the first time away. It'll be on time. So, and that's all. It's just going steady.
Maintenance. Richard, you got anything you put in on maintenance?
Not really. Just keeping up with you.
I will tell you, Richard is he is a true sport man about working and doing and going at it in the heat and whatnot, and everything else. He really puts full effort at it. All right, water. This is another area that's interesting. The water filter system is 90% installed. We had a couple issues with some electrical pit taps things we've got to change that we weren't prepared for, but we've already got arrangements for that to happen. It's just basically just costing us a little time more than anything. Well, I don't want to get into a lot of the past stuff, but there's a lot of things that was done in there that was done for these new motors that we just got to change over a lot of electronic components in there. I'm going to leave that on. We got to change out some electronic components, which they're there. We just got to reposition them. So it's
In the newer building?
No.
In the old?
Okay, the old building. All the new, that's all. This is the new filters are going in over here with the aluminum phosphate pieces there. He's having some issues with aluminum phosphate filters on the getting to automatic versus having to stand by hand and change it over and do it. That's not really acceptable for us. We need this thing to be fully automated so that it'll run around the clock, and we just keep an eye on it, make sure it stays in line. So, and that's what we're going to. So the components are there. You just got to change some of them around, get them rearranged, and we're having to change some of the backflow positions of the stuff that's there because of because that's going to automate it as well. Instead of having to stand there for 3 hours, we stand there for 3 hours and do the backwash. That's don't get me wrong. Richard has done it and been right there through doing it, but Richard gives a lot of his time. I'm sure that he's very generous to the town on the time he spends.
Speaking of water, the hydrant across the street from my house, to my knowledge, it's still not up and working.
Richard let me know we're working on getting that, checking into getting that replaced.
I think they're expensive.
That they are.
I think they're very expensive. Maybe we can go to DOT and pick up some of those ones they've taken up somewhere. Get them replaced.
That might not be a bad idea.
Yeah. I bet the county's probably got several.
Maybe.
Maybe change that. Okay.
I don't know anything about this. Don't look at me.
I'm just asking you, are you wanting me the one to go ask, or you want me to go ask?
I can go to Chief on Fire and ask about that.
All right, let's start with that. Let's start with there. If we got to do that one, I do believe the one that's outside over here is got an issue, but it's not by a house, but there's, so we can locate two of them, that would be awesome. Okay. All right, so that's all the departments. We got some announcements to do. What do you want to do announcements?
The children's table is still coming every other Friday at 1 o'clock. The next time they come is going to be on Friday the 21st, and then it'll also be on it's on the website. You guys want to look there. Normally we put sign up for our email water bills, but because of the new system that's coming in, you guys will soon have your chance to, if you want to go online and pay, you're still going to get a bill. You can still have it emailed to you. Once you set up your account, it'll be how you want to receive it. The Waukesasa water and wastewater meetings are going to be held, well, it was held, we have one tomorrow, and then we have one here in July. You guys are more than welcome to come and sit. It's open to the public. And other than that, those are all our public announcements right now.
Wait, I'm going to go jump back to the festival stuff real quick. We need to make a Facebook page. Because that is going to be our biggest, absolute biggest word of mouth.
Okay.
Social media.
Yeah, social media, whether Facebook.
Teresa's trying to do Facebook for the town of Otter Creek, but somebody already has it.
Oh,
That's because there are other Otter Creeks. You could do Otter Creek, Florida, and that would change it.
I'll get with her and find out what because I know she tried several ways to get it.
Yeah, we could do some Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I have it.
And add
This
this to
one.
the page.
Yes, I will. Any social media.
with all us old guys out.
Like I just started, but then I kind of like sit back and just, once a month, once a blue moon, maybe that's it. That's how my Facebook would go.
All right. Okay, so that's something we need to definitely work on.
Yeah.
Anybody else got anything for you? All right. Public, excuse me, it's time for public participation. Does anyone have any comments that would like to put up? Yes, ma'am.
I have a couple things that I've been writing down, and also about the festival. One,
Just a second.
okay.
Please start. Go ahead.
Okay. Are you going to consider maybe having any musicians in?
Yes.
Okay, so they can,
Little stations for live music.
yeah,
You know.
okay.
I think people that come to play the music wouldn't have to do a booth necessarily. There'll just be some little spots in little corners and areas.
Okay.
I know a few people I can talk to about that.
Yeah, I think music would be fun. Also, speaking of the website, would it be possible to add maybe a volunteer sheet where people can sign up to volunteer? And with that as well, you were talking about the hurricane preparedness information, maybe add that to the website as
We
well.
are.
So that they can get that information easily, you know, from their phones or whatever. And also any rental requests to rent this building out on the website.
No, that's coming down.
So that they can just easily, you know, rent whatever.
Right.
And the
Whatever
festival's
space.
going
For the
to
festival.
post it on the website as soon as we get it full blown, right? We're posting that, aren't we?
Yes.
That's all I have.
Sure. Anyone else?
As I said, I'll be more than happy to, I'll speak with Ms. Melinda to help out with any type of coordinating the event. As I said, I have 20 plus years in hosting events from people up to 100,000 people on the small events in Gilchrist County, having 3,000 to 4,000 people. But as far as all the planning, coordinating, dealing, and talking to people, I'll be more than happy to work with the city a lot and possibly even bring a motorcycle stunt show to the festival for free of charge as well. So I'll speak with her. And, again, I've had a lot of experience with festivals all around the world, so I think I can bring a little bit of help to it that, you know, more people know about, the better it'll be.
Absolutely. Anyone else? Okay, that's it. And we just call this adjourned meeting. Thank you. No problem.
All right, let's go. Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. I will definitely volunteer. Whatever I need to sign or however that works, I'll do it the proper way. No problem.
Sounds good.
Excuse me.